doctor that was not white that did not help my kid. I would like to see a white doctor. You're telling me there's not one white doctor in this whole entire building?
Yes, no.
Stupid. Oh my God. Well, what's the closest that you have to speaking English?
Okay, so you have to keep in mind that there's other patients out there. So hospital is the best.
No, I stood there, and they only have brown doctors.
The woman repeatedly demanded that a white doctor who speaks English and, quote, doesn't have brown teeth treat her son. We've obscured her face in the video to protect the identity of her son. Linda Ward is on that story this morning. She's outside the Mississauga clinic where it transpired, and Linda can only imagine. Obviously, she was not alone in that clinic as this was going on, this rant. So what were people there saying, doing? How were they reacting?
Well, obviously, hearing something like this is not what you expect when you go for a visit to the doctor, and certainly several onlookers hearing as the woman demanded to see a white doctor for her son who was having chest pains. Many of those onlookers yelling back at the woman, some of them saying to her, you know, you need to take him to the hospital across the street to see a doctor over there. Why don't you take him somewhere else? And all the woman said was that she had gone and taken him to the doctor and that she wanted to see a white doctor. So lots of outrage. We did hear some of that on that tape where one woman actually confronted the woman who was yelling in that waiting room. Take a listen to how that played out.
I'm not going there with all those packy doctors. I don't have money to go to Georgetown. There's got to be somebody that speaks English here.
Your child clearly has more issues with you being his mother than him needing to see a doctor. You are extremely rude and racist. You want to talk about packy people being at a hospital? Maybe you should check yourself in.
And the police were called to this incident. They say that they have spoken to all parties involved and that the situation was resolved. The clinic behind me not making any specific comment about what happened in that waiting room, Heather.
But the man who captured that video has, Linda, and he shared it with us at CBC News. Very thoughtful in his response. Tell us more about what he has said.
Well, his name is Hitesh Bardwaj. He was waiting for a doctor in that waiting room as well. And he did take out his phone and start videotaping when this event started to play out. And here's what he said about why he thought it was so important to do that.
Something from inside me said that, no, you should take a step. You should record it. It is obviously wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. It's definitely wrong. You should share it with other people so that they know that people are not afraid to stand up against other people who are rude and racist to others.
And many people responding saying it's encouraging to see people standing up to behavior like this. Now, we haven't been able to identify this woman. We have made several attempts to do that, but we've been unsuccessful. But it is worth mentioning, Heather, that the woman's son did eventually receive treatment in this very clinic.